The first place we focus is on the processing. An article in Harvard Business Review said only 16% of professional practices even have a list of what the non-negotiables are. What are the things that we absolutely have to get right every single time? Okay, then the second level is service. Service are those things. I know I've got a client number with my advisor, but I sure don't want to feel like a number. Mm-hmm. I want it to be efficient. I want it to be smooth. I want it to be a frictionless situation when I'm dealing with you. So that's the second thing, is how do we add that service? How do we make it more efficient? How do we make it more friendly? How do we make it frictionless? Is the statement correct? Are we doing everything that we should there? Okay, so then after we do that, then that's where the experience will have traction. And the experience adds the elements of personalization and emotion. So you're not just retirement services. Man, you and I are planning how I'm going to retire and how I'm going to live with dignity and how I'm going to make sure I don't outlive my money and all of those things. And that's one of the most emotional things ever. Cody, you talked about what a worthy and what a significant profession this is. And, my advisor's right there with my doctor is the only two people that I share everything with. I don't even share my money situation with my doctor. That's none of my doctor's business, you know, but I'll talk to my advisor about my health as I'm planning, for the future. And I don't know, we would rather talk about, we would rather talk about an intestinal problem than our financial situation, So, I mean, it is such there's no profession that I know of that is better able to create these experiences than financial advisors, because the experience is based on emotion. And what is more emotional than what my financial future is going to be? Yeah. And the aspect that goes along with that is the experience is where loyalty is created. Why would I be loyal to something towards which I have no feeling? So that opportunity to create these experiences that are emotional and personal and engaging and compelling, man, a financial advisor is in the perfect position to do that if she or he will execute these principles that you and I are talking about today.
Scott, there's two big takeaways I had from what you just shared. One, and I see this mistake made by advisors sometime, is they'll come in and they'll see one of our advisors who's built this great process, this great client experience, has a very mature business, and they'll try and skip to the things at the end, like the flashy things. Yeah. And I think the biggest takeaway I had first is, if you don't build it on a solid foundation, which is the fundamentals, like returning calls on time, being able to process stuff, it's not going to work, right? You're kind of building a house of cards there. So I think that's a really important thing that I see advisors make a mistake, like, we just ought to have these cool wine events that they do, and like you mentioned. So that was a big one. I think the second one, I know people are going to take a ton away from this, but it's one of the things I try and constantly remind. The job that you do as an advisor is a really noble and important job, so do it well.